CDL exam prep, general knowledge test. This test you have 60 minutes to complete 50 questions. Start exam. Ready, set, go. Number 1. Which of these statements about the hazard vehicle fire is true? A. Poor cargo ventilation may cause cargo to catch on fire. B. Underinflated tires cannot cause a vehicle fire. Or C. Carrying a fully charged fire extinguisher may prevent a fire. I'm going to go A. Poor cargo ventilation may cause cargo to catch on fire. Number 2. You should use your mirror to check. A. Where the rear of your vehicle is while you make turns. B. Blind spots. Or C. If your running lights are working. I'm going to go blind spots. Number 3. In case of which fires can you use water to put it out? A. Tire fires. B. Electrical fires. Or C. Gasoline fires. I'm going tire. A. Number 4. Which of these is not required knowledge for drivers seeking a hazardous material endorsement? A. When to use the placards. B. Which products can be loaded together. Or C. Basic chemistry. I'm going to go C. Basic chemistry. Number 5. During the vehicle inspection, checking of blank will not prevent a fire. A. Electrical system isolation. B. Battery fluid level. Or C. Cargo ventilation. I'm going to go A. Electrical system isolation. Number 6. Controlled braking. A. Is used to keep a vehicle in a straight line when braking. B. Involves locking the wheels for a short period of time. Or C. Can be used when you are turning sharply. I'm going to go A. Is used to keep a vehicle in a straight line when braking. Number 7. Which of these statements about marking a stopped vehicle is true? A. You must put out your emergency warning devices within 5 minutes. B. The vehicle's tail lights should be kept on to warn other drivers. Or C. If a hill or curve keeps drivers behind you from seeing the vehicle within 500 feet, the reflective triangle should be moved back to give adequate warning. I'm going to go C. If a hill or curve keeps drivers behind you from seeing the vehicle within 500 feet, the reflective triangle should be moved back to give adequate warning. Number 8. If you have to make a vehicle inspection report, you must sign it. A. only when defects are noted that are certified to not need repair. B, when any defects are noted, whether they are certified to be repaired or not. Or C, only when defects are noted that are certified to be repaired. I'm going to go C. Number 9. Why is it important to shift gears correctly? A, to keep control of the vehicle. B, to keep the engine warm. Or C, to keep the engine oil flowing. I'm going to go A, to keep control of the vehicle. Number 10. Most skids, A, happen on ice. B, do not happen with radial tires. Or C, are caused by going too fast or trying to stop too quickly. I'm going to go C, are caused by going too fast or trying to stop too quickly. Number 11. What 3 distances build up the total stopping distance of your truck or bus? A, perception distance, reaction distance, and braking distance. B, attention distance, reaction distance, and slowing distance. Or C, respond distance, observation distance, and braking distance. I'm going to go A, perception, reaction, and braking. Number 12. Which of these actions are not recommended for a left turn? A, use a right-hand turn lane if there are 2 turning lanes. B, start at the inside lane and swing right as you turn. Or C, start your turn in the center of the intersection. I'm going to go B. Wait, are not recommended. Not recommended. Not recommended. I'm going to go still B. Number 13. When the hydraulic brakes fail while you are driving, the system will not build up pressure and the brake pedal will feel spongy or go to the floor. What should you do? A, pump the brake pedal to generate pressure. B, put the vehicle in neutral and set the parking brake. Or C, push down the brake pedal as hard as you can. I'm going to go A, pump the brake pedal to generate pressure. Number 14. When is it necessary to learn how a fire extinguisher works? A, before the fire happens. B, only when the fire happens. Or C, only when you are transporting flammable materials. I'm going to go A, before the fire happens. Number 15. You are driving a heavy vehicle. You must exit a highway using an off-ramp that curves downhill. You should A. Slow to the posted speed limit for the off-ramp. B. Wait until you are in the curve before downshifting. Or C. Slow down to a safe speed before the curve. I'm going C. Number 16. Which of these should you not do in an emergency situation? A. You should brake in a way that keeps your vehicle in a straight line. B. It is not important how you brake in an emergency situation. Or C. You should avoid using the brakes until your speed is down to 20 miles per hour. I'm going B. It is not important how you brake in an emergency situation. Number 17. Which of these statements about acceleration is true? A. When traction is poor, more power should be applied to the accelerator. B. Rough acceleration can cause mechanical damage. Or C. You should feel a jerking motion if you accelerate your vehicle properly. I'm not sure about this one. More powers than I'm going B. Rough acceleration can cause mechanical damage. Number 18. When driving in cold weather, your tire tread should A. Be double the depth required in normal weather. B. Provide enough traction to push the rig over wet pavement and through snow. Or C. Be checked every 100 miles or every 2 hours. I'm going B. Provide enough traction to push the rig over wet pavement and through snow. Number 19. Stab braking should not be used on vehicles with A. Trailers, B. Hazardous materials, or C. Anti-lock brakes. Damn it. I'm going anti-lock brakes. C. Number 20. Controlled braking is A. Pressing brakes until wheel lockup occurs, releasing and then reapplying. B. Squeezing the brakes firmly without locking them up. Or C, slamming on the brakes hard and making wheels lock up. I'm going B, squeezing the brakes firmly without locking them up. Number 21. What is true about using a heater? A, if you feel sleepy, warming of your cab with the heater will help you stay alert. B, when driving in winter weather, you should check that the heater is working properly before starting your trip. Or C, you must have at least one extra heater, such as a mirror heater, battery pack heater, or fuel tank heater when the temperature drops below freezing point. I think it's either B or C. I'm going B. Check before you start your trip. Number 22. Why does vehicle speed naturally increase on a downgrade? A, lack of traction, B, gravity, or C, the engine runs smoother. I'm going B, gravity. Number 23. Which of these statements about cold weather driving is true? A, an engine cannot overheat when the weather is very cold. B, exhaust system leaks are less dangerous in cold weather. Or C, windshield washer antifreeze should be used. I'm going C, windshield washer antifreeze should be used. Number 24. What is the best advice for drivers when a heavy fog occurs? A, park the truck until the fog disappears. B, alternate your own high beams to improve your vision. Or C, do not drive too slowly or others drivers may hit you. I'm going A, park the truck until the fog disappears. Number 25. In bad weather, many drivers tailgate large vehicles. What should you do? A, lightly tap your brake to warn the tailgater to drop back. B, increase your following distance. Or C, speed up to distance yourself from the tailgater. I'm not 100% on this one. I'm going A. Lightly tap your brake to warn the tailgater to drop back. Number 26. Which of these statements about double clutching and shifting is true? A, you can use the tachometer to tell you when to shift. B, double clutching should only be used with a heavy load. Or C, double clutching should not be used when the road is slippery. I'm going to go C. Double clutching should not be used when the road is slippery. I'm not sure on that one at all. Number 27. If your brakes fail on a downgrade, you must first A, find an escape ramp in order to exit the roadway. B, look outside your vehicle for another means of slowing you. Or C, hit some object in order to stop your vehicle. I'm going A, find an escape ramp. Number 28. You must park on a side of a level, straight, 4-lane divided highway. Where should you place the reflective triangles? A, one with 10 feet of the rear of the vehicle. one about 100 feet to the rear, and one about 100 feet to the front of the vehicle. B, one within 10 feet of the front of the vehicle, one about 100 feet to the rear, and one about 200 feet to the rear. Or C, one within 10 feet of the rear of the vehicle, one about 100 feet to the rear, and one about 200 feet to the rear. I'm going C. One within 10 feet of the rear, one about 100 feet to the rear, and one about 200 feet to the rear. Number 29. Your brakes can get wet when driving through heavy rain. What can happen if the brakes are applied? A, extensive brake wear. B, hydroplaning. Or C, trailer jackknife. I'm going hydroplaning. B. Number 30. How does the weight of the vehicle affect stopping distance? A. Empty trucks take longer to stop than if loaded, but this is not the normal case for buses. B. Fully loaded trucks take longer to stop, or the buses loaded with passengers take less distance than empty ones. Or C, if brakes work, weight will have no effect on stopping distance. I'm going A. Empty trucks take longer to stop than if loaded, but this is not the normal case for buses. I'm not 100% on that. Number 31. Should brake adjustment be checked often? A. No, because the other brakes will make up for the air brakes when they are out of adjustment. B. Yes, because the brakes can get out of adjustment when they are used a lot. Or C. It depends on how the brakes are. I'm going B. Yes, because the brakes can get out of adjustment when they are used a lot. Number 32. As the blood alcohol concentration, BAC, goes up, what happens? A. The effects of alcohol decrease. B. Judgment and self-control are affected. Or C. The drinker more clearly sees how alcohol is affecting him or her. I'm going B. Judgment and self-control are affected. Number 33. The primary cause of fatal crashes is A. Driving too fast. B. Driving at night. Or C. Driving while eating. I'm going too fast. A. Number 34. You are inspecting hydraulic brakes. You should pump the brake pedal 3 times. Then apply firm pressure to the pedal for 5 seconds. If the brakes are working properly, the pedal should A. Sink to the floor. B. Not move. Or C. Depress slightly. I'm going depress slightly. Number 35. Which statement Which of the statements about backing a heavy vehicle is not true? A. You should use a helper and communicate with him with hand signals. B. Because you cannot see, you should back slowly until you slightly bump into the dock. Or C. You should back and turn toward the driver's side whenever it is possible. I'm going B. Because you cannot see, you should back slowly until you slightly bump into the dock. Number 36. Which of these should be tested while the vehicle is stopped? A. Parking brake. B. Hydraulic brakes. Or C. Service brake. I'm going A. Parking brake. Number 37. A hazard, A, does not need to be seen. B is any road condition or other road user that is a possible danger. Or C, cannot turn into an emergency. I'm going B, is a road condition or other road user. Number 38, the driver's manual suggests several things to do when you pass a vehicle. Which of these is not one of them? I'm going C, lightly tap your horn. Number 39, how much space in front of you is needed while driving on a highway? 1 second for each 10 feet of vehicle length. B, 1 second for each 20 feet of vehicle length. Or C, 1 second for each 30 feet of vehicle length. I'm going A, 1 second for each 10 feet. Number 40, cargo inspection. A is most often not the responsibility of the driver. B should be performed after every break you take while driving. Or C, are needed only if hazardous materials are being hauled. I'm going to go B, should be performed after every break you take while driving. Number 41. Which of these statements about pre-trip inspection is true? A, when you park on the street, you should walk so you face away from an oncoming traffic. B, leave key in the ignition so you do not lose it when you are under the truck. Or C, if you need to tilt a cab, secure loose things so that they could not fall or break anything. I'm going C. If you need to tilt a cab, secure loose things. Number 42. Which of these is true about tire pressure? A. You do not have to check the hot tires because the tire is not blown out. B. Air pressure in tires increases with the temperature. Or C. The pressure is not to be checked during the trip if it passed the pre-trip inspection. I'm going B. Air pressure in tires increases with temperatures. Number 43. The distance that you should look ahead of your vehicle while driving amounts to about blank miles at normal highway speed. A, 1/2, B, 1/8, or C, 1/4. I'm going A, half. I don't know about that one. Number 44. If you must cross into the oncoming lane to make a turn, you should A. Back to allow the oncoming traffic to pass. B. Complete your turn without stopping. Or C. Watch for an oncoming traffic. I don't know. This one's kind of tricky because it's kind of hard to visualize. I'm going to go B, complete your turn without stopping. Number 45. You must drive on a slippery road. Which of these is a good thing to do in such a situation? A. Slow down gradually. B. Use a smaller following distance. Or C. Apply the brakes while on curves. I'm going A. Slow down gradually. Number 46. Can state inspectors inspect your truck or bus? A. Yes, but cannot put you out of service. B. No. C. Yes, and they can put you out of service if unsafe. I'm going C. Number 47. Backing of the commercial vehicle is A. Not dangerous if you have a helper. B. Not dangerous if you don't have to turn. Or C. Always dangerous. I'm going C. Number 48. Convex, which means curved, mirrors. A. Make objects appear larger than they really are. B. Make objects appear closer than they really are. Or C. They show a wider area than the flat mirrors show. I'm going A. I'm going to say they make them look larger, objects larger. Number 49. Tourists may be hazardous because A. They move slowly, unexpectedly change lanes, or stop. B. They drive rented cars. Or C. Police do not find them. I'm going to go they may move slowly, unexpected change lanes, or stop. And lastly, number 50. Which of these is not a danger when an automatic transmission is forced into a low gear at a high speed? A. A loss of steering control. B. A loss of engine braking effect. Or C. Damage to the transmission. I'm going C, damage to the transmission. I don't know that one. Congratulations, you passed. You got a 72%. Okay, so remember, you got to review. You should use your mirror to check. You said blind spots. That's incorrect. The correct answer was where the rear of your vehicle is while you make turns. In turns, check your mirrors to make sure the rear of your vehicle will not hit anything. Number two, or wait, whatever. The next one was during the vehicle inspection, checking of blank will not prevent a fire. You said electrical system isolation. That's incorrect. The correct answer was battery fluid level. Please read the list of causes of vehicle fires. Battery fluid level is not a listed item. The next question that you need to work on is if you have to make a vehicle inspection report, you must sign it. You said only when defects are noted that are certified to be repaired. That's incorrect. The correct answer was when any defects are noted, whether they are certified to be repaired or not. Drivers may have to make a vehicle inspection report in writing each day. The motor carrier must repair any items in the report that affect safety and certify on the report that repairs were made or were unnecessary. You must sign the report only if defects were noted and certified to not be repaired or not needed to be repaired. The next one you got to work on is in bad weather, many drivers tailgate large vehicles. What should you do? You said lightly tap your brake to warn the tailgater to drop back. That's incorrect. The correct answer was increase your following distance. Increase your following distance. Opening up room in front of you will help you to avoid having to make a sudden speed or direction changes. It also makes it easier for the tailgater to get around you. The next one is which of these statements about double clutching and shifting is true? You said double clutching should not be used when the road is slippery. That's incorrect. Correct answer was you can use the tachometer to tell you when to shift. Watch your tachometer and shift up when your engine reaches the top of the range. Downshifting, like upshifting, requires knowing when to shift. Use either the tachometer or the speedometer and downshift at the right RPM or road speed. The next one you got to work on is if your brakes fail on a downgrade, you must first. You said find an escape ramp in order to exit the roadway. That's incorrect. The correct answer was look outside your vehicle for another means of slowing you. Once the brakes have failed, however, you are going to have to look outside your vehicle for something to stop it. And your brakes can get wet when driving through heavy rain. What can happen if the brakes are applied? You said hydroplaning. That's incorrect. The correct answer was trailer jackknife. When driving in heavy rain or steep or deep standing water, your brakes will get wet. Water in the brakes can cause the brakes to be weak, to apply unevenly, or to grab. This can cause lack of braking power, wheel lockups, pulling to one side or the other, and jackknife if you pull a trailer. The next one you got to work on is you are inspecting hydraulic brakes. You should pump the brake pedal 3 times, then apply firm pressure to the pedal for 5 seconds. If the brakes are working properly, the pedal should. You said depress slightly. That's incorrect. The correct answer was not move. If the vehicle has hydraulic brakes, pump the brake pedal 3 times, then apply firm pressure to the pedal and hold for 5 seconds. The pedal should not move. If it does, there may be a leak or other problem. Get it fixed before driving. The next one you got to work on is watch which of these should be tested while the vehicle is stopped. You said the parking brake. That's incorrect. The correct answer was hydraulic brakes. Read sections hydraulic brake check service brake check, and parking brake check. Notice hydraulic brake check requires vehicle to be stopped in the stop position. Next one you got to work on is the driver's manual suggests several things to do when you pass a vehicle. Which of these is not one of them? You said lightly tap your horn. That's incorrect. At night, turn on your high beams before you start to pass and leave them on until you have completely passed the vehicle. That was the correct answer. Whenever you are about to pass a vehicle, pedestrian, or bicyclist, assume they don't see you. They could suddenly move in front of you. When it is legal, tap the horn lightly or at night. Flash your lights from low to high beam and back, and drive carefully enough to avoid a crash even if they don't see or hear you. The next one you got to work on is the distance that you should look ahead of your vehicle while driving amounts to about blank miles at normal highway speed. You said half, 1/2. That's incorrect. The correct answer was 1/4. Most good drivers look at least 12 to 15 seconds ahead. That means looking ahead the distance you will travel in 12 to 15 seconds. At lower speeds, that's 1 block. At highway speeds, it's about 1/4 of a mile. Next one you got to work on is if you must cross into the oncoming lane to make a turn, you should. You said complete your turn without stopping. That's incorrect. The correct answer was watch for an oncoming traffic. If you must cross into the oncoming lane to make a turn, watch out for vehicles coming towards you. Give them room to go by or stop. However, don't back up for them because you might hit someone behind you. Next one is convex curved mirrors. You said make objects appear larger than they really are. That's incorrect. The correct answer was they show a wider array than the flat mirrors show. Many large vehicles have curved mirrors. They show a wider array than flat mirrors. This is often helpful, but everything appears smaller in convex mirror than it would if you were looking at it directly. Things also seem farther away than they really are. It's important to realize this and to allow for it. And the last one you got to work on is which of these is not a danger when an automatic transmission is forced into a low gear at a high speed. You said damage to the transmission. That's incorrect. The correct answer was a loss of steering control. Forcing an automatic transmission into a lower gear at high speed could damage the transmission and also lead to loss of all engine braking effort.